Okay, this is gonna be one meal a day. I've got 2 massive steaks here and 6 eggs. Hello. See here. This is gonna be good. Trying to figure out how to move this thing so you guys can hear me better. Cooked perfectly. Pink in the center. This is about 3 pounds of meat and 6 eggs. I'm doing 1 meal a day. It's a 14-day challenge. Nothing but beef and eggs. It's good. Really good. This is super good. Best meal I've had in a long time. If you guys know Cindy, this is like a 1.5 pound ribeye and this is a 1.5 pound ribeye, and then I've got 6 eggs on top of it. I don't know, when I moved to my apartment, it's difficult to come up with enough money to move into a place whenever, my car was just crashed and I had to take all my extra money to buy another vehicle. So now I'm back at square one. I'm trying to catch back up again. I probably need about another grand on top of what I already have just to move into a new place. It sucks, car got stolen and totaled, and it put me in a bind, so I had to take all my extra money and go get another vehicle. It is a lot of food, Brooklyn. That's the whole point of a mukbang, is people want to see you sit down and eat a lot of food at one time. This here is Blue Wilderness Trail Treats, the salmon ones. Then you can't see the food if you see my face. So, the deal here is you need a specific setup and camera to be able to pick up the people's face and the food at the same time. You can't do both. And with a mukbang, people want to see the food more than they want to see the people's face. That's the whole point of the video. It's kind of like they want to see the food being devoured from the plate. Some people are fascinated by that stuff. They like seeing people eat large amounts of food and then completely walk away like nothing happened at all. Thank you. And yes, this is, somebody asked about the dog food. It's Blue Wilderness. Salmon recipe, grain-free biscuits. She likes these every once in a while as a treat, and it doesn't make her break out. Hi, come over here. Come over here. Yeah, last night I gave her a bunch of steak. Let me wipe off this lens. This lens is kind of blurry. There we go. I don't just give her a little bit. I mean, there's times where I cook her a whole 16-ounce ribeye and that's her dinner. Yeah, she's an American Bulldog. I want to do bigger mukbangs, but I don't want to do bigger mukbangs until I get into my own place first. So right now, staying in a motel. I mean, that's what I'm doing. It's just the motel living is kind of what's going on with me. I put a few postings up on Facebook for people to just see if they got different advice how to get into different apartments and stuff like that. and a bunch of people responded last night. So I think I'm on the right path to figuring out exactly what it's going to take. So I should be okay soon, I guess. You got your treats on the bed. Say hi. You speak. What are you going to say for him? You speak. All right, she says hi. She is. She's really big. She's really strong. She weighs right at 90 pounds. She's just an amazing dog. She's a little bit jealous though. Paige is 10. She's just over 10 years old. Do you know your name? Huh? Do you know your name? Excuse you. Hey, do you know your name? What's your name? Is your name Paige? What's your name? Is your name Paige? Huh? Come here. Is your name Paige? Come here. Come here. Is your name Paige? Is your name Paige? What is it? Can you sit? What? Hey. Can you speak like a lady? No. Come over here. Come over here. Sit. Come here. Come here. Sit. You speak like a lady? Good girl. Good girl. Can you speak big? Like good girl. Okay. I see you in that camera, Paige. You're not about to get my food. You're not about to get my food. Where's my kisses? And where's my high five? And where's my other high five? No, other one. Come here. Give me the other one. Give me the other one. Come on. Give me a high five. High five. Come on. High five. You want this? Give me a high five. Come on. Hurry. Give it. Give it. Shake. Okay, that's good enough. You were good. You were good. What are you doing? Come over here. Come over here. Come here. Come here. Lie down. Down. Good girl. So we got 1.5 pounds of steak down and about 3 eggs down so far. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Well, good afternoon for me. It is it's about noon here. What time is it? Yeah, it's 1 o'clock here. Let's see. We got about 1.5 pounds of beef left. I went and got this ribeye as a roll. It was $5.99 a pound. It was a 15-pound roll, and I just cut my own last night. If you guys missed it. I cut them in about 1-inch strips. I like a lot of like old rock. I like a lot of like old like Frank Sinatra, and I like the Bee Gees. Um, I like country music, but I really like a lot of the older stuff. There was an old like hip hop band back in the day called Blackstreet, and they were like the Boys to Men back then. I like them. I like a lot of like the old Ice-T, um, Ice Cube, um, Vanilla Ice. Mm, I like Black Sabbath, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Motley Crue. I like more of the older stuff than any of the new stuff. The new stuff I like Luke Combs. He's a good country singer. Mm, Chris Stapleton. I like him a lot. Um, Garth Brooks was my favorite country singer growing up. And then Jason Aldean kind of jumped on board for a little bit. But lately I've been listening to a lot of like Johnny Cash. I like Johnny Cash's music and Willie Nelson. I've been listening to a lot of the older country. Merle Haggard, Conway Twitty. I like the Clash. I love women's voices, but the music I love from women's voices, I like the rustic, deep, gritty, like really powerful voices. I don't like the really pretty country singer style. Um, I'm in Illinois. So I like Winona, Reba. Um, there was a country singer from before. Her name was Gretchen Wilson. I like her. I don't really like the girly girl voices. Tina Turner, exactly. Love Tina Turner. I love those voices. But when it comes to the pretty girl voices and stuff like that, the really high pitched, non gritty stuff, Ellie Brooks, yes. You know, I've never been a fan of Taylor Swift or any of these frou frou little girly girls. I don't really care for any of them. Joe Nichols. He wore his cowboy hat to cover up his horns. I love that. Sweet talking forked tongue had a tempted charm. Love them. Mm-mm-mm. This is the best lunch that I've had in a long, long time. Hey, you want one more? Can you do something for the people on the camera? Here, be nice. You bite my face off and I'm gonna bite your face. Chris Stapleton and Luke Combs. Lukecombs. Luke Combs. He's another Chris Stapleton type voice, but he's only like in his mid to early 20s. And he's already doing phenomenal stuff in the country space. Come on. Hey. Come on. She's a gentle giant. I remember the first female country singer I seen in concert was Sugarland. I went to the B93 bash. I went to the B93 bash up in Michigan, and we might have to bring the camera a little closer for this story. I went up to the B93 bash in Michigan, and a friend of mine called me up, and she's gay, but she's always had a thing for me. And this was years and years and years ago. And she said, hey, will you go with me to the B93 bash? We'll just jump in the car and go. I said, okay, sure. So I show up at the house. I didn't know she had her girlfriend coming. It wasn't really her girlfriend at the time, it was just a friend. So the entire experience was awkward because me being in a car with a gay girl that I knew had a thing for me but really didn't like guys to begin with was awkward. And then on top of that, having her potentially future girlfriend in the car with us was even more awkward. And I was young, I didn't know how to handle all that stuff. And we get up there, and it was just a fabulous time. It was an amazing time. I got to see Sugarland for the first time. She sang that. Was it Jesus Take the Wheel? And then what else did she sing? Her other song where she talks about gosh dog it, now I don't forget the name of the song where she talks about how she made it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Who was there? Jason Aldean wasn't there. Keith Jackson was there. He sang that song, Picking Wildflowers, Got a Spot Way Back in the Woods. So Keith Jackson was there. That was the first time I ever heard him before. And then why does cleaning your ears feel so good? So Keith Jackson was there. Toby Keith was there. Phil Vassar was there. Sugarland was there. A lot of people don't even know who Phil Vassar is, surprisingly. Phil Vassar is the one that sang that little hug leads to a foot rub, then a hot tub, then a French kiss on a bed rub. Do you like that? He sang that song. What is it? I take that as a yes. Yeah. I take that as a yes. That was his song. And then, but I mean, he had a bunch of other songs as well. I think Rascal Flatts was there. There was like 7 or 8 country artists total. Oh, clean your ears, feels so good. So Luke Combs is by far ahead of his time. He's bringing back a lot of the old school country that has been lost for years now. Chris Stapleton was kind of like, you're right, today's country is trash. It's all about hip-hop country now. It's not about country music anymore. There's no soul to it anymore. There's no real meaning behind it anymore. It's just a bunch of clickbait style verses just to get these young people to click on everything. But you feel better? You know we caught you on camera. You know that, right? You're on camera right now. You just got caught on camera. You just got caught on camera. You know that? What? Anyway, it's country music today is it's for views, and that's like, unfortunately, that's like keto today as well. A lot of people are trying to make it seem like they live this glamorous ketogenic life and that they give so much back to the keto community, and they're helping out and they're doing so much and they want to be well known for it, and granted, talk about what you do, but a lot of people play themselves out to be something where they're down here to be way up here, and they need to bring it back down a level. They need to be down here. And I've been doing keto straight for over 3 years, but I've been living a low carb, ketogenic, carnivorous lifestyle for um, 15 years. So I'm 33. I started low carb eating back when I was like 17 with my parents when they started the Atkins diet. My mother and father got the Atkins book and they started reading it and they started teaching me, and then I started reading it, and then I just kind of stayed doing it for a while. That's why I believe I haven't lost as much weight as other people have as fast as they have. So I haven't really got into 50s country too much because it's some of that's a little too twangy and a little too slow for me. I like the country from like the 70s to the 90s. That's the kind of country music that I like. Uh, I like a lot of like Willie Nelson stuff, Toby Keith, um and then who's the country singer with the long ponytail? Trace Adkins. I like a lot of Trace Adkins stuff as well. Um, let's see. Trace Adkins is probably the no Red I like. I mean, it's just I'm more into like some of the newer stuff, like not new stuff, but newer stuff. And Trace Adkins is my boy, though. I mean, he's the rustic Johnny Cash, Alan Jackson, Brooks and Dunn. Yeah, I agree. I like them as well. Mud grip, white tip. Cigar sticking out of my finger. 4x4 straight pipe roller. Primer and rust all over the door. I like the Trace Adkins. The ladies like him because of his long hair and his tight butt, and he's kind of muscular. So he's got that old rock star kind of vibe to him. Merle Haggard, I love. All right, Lane, take care. I'll see you later. Merle Haggard, I love. George Strait, I love. Yeah, his deep voice is. I know the ladies like that. Um, what else? Who else was it? There's a who sang who sang Billy's got his beer goggles on. Uh, he looked like he was he looked like he's African American, but he's not. What the heck is his name? Billy's got his beer goggles on. Who is it? Another good one is Vince Gill. It's gonna come to me when I don't even think about it. Vince Gill is another good one, and then Travis Tritt. Travis Tritt is another one of my. Yeah, Neil McCoy. There you go. Travis Tritt was another one of my favorites. Let's see who else was from back in that. They were like there was a couple one-hit wonders that had really good songs too from back in the early '90s. Geez, now I can't. I'm just drawing a complete blank. I know a lot of people like these new guys, Scotty McCreery, and I'm just not a huge fan of all of them. I mean, they have some good stuff, but I'm just not a big, massive fan of all this new country. It's not. It's never been a thing of mine. Remember that song, Bass Trackers, Bay Liners, and a Party Barge? Strung together like a floating trailer park, anchored out and getting loud all summer long. I love that song. I used to jam to that in the car. But you know what? I'm not just about country either. You know, a lot of people think that because I'm some white country boy, you know, that I got to be about country music, and that's not the only thing that I'm about. I like some of the old R&B and hip hop stuff. The old Oh, I mean the '90s Ja Rule and some of the DMX, the old Eminem stuff. I'll listen to sometimes. I know some people think that stuff is trash, but I mean I like some of that as well. I like a little bit of a variety of stuff. Uh, I like, back in back in the early to mid '90s. Who was that? LL Cool J. Um, I don't know who C6 Steve is. I'm not even sure who Marty Robbins is actually. Slick Rick, yes, yes, yes. So now we talking. Um, who else was it? The girl bands from back in the day were all right too. They were kind of catchy. They blow today's girl bands away. I mean, TLC from back in the day, and Destiny's Child, and the Spice Girls, and all those little groups and stuff back then. They seem to do 10 times better than the girls today do. They had better support and stuff back then. Today, people jump around so much they don't even really know who's out there. Um, so it's when I look at music as a whole, it seems like as time passes, things change. Rap back in the day used to be like the Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice style rap stuff, but now today it's like hibbity dibbity hoobity boo, ba babidi bibbity bibbity boo. Hibbity bibbity 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 hobbity bibbity bibbity. And you're like, what the heck is going on? Like, you can't even understand anything people are saying anymore. These new like rappers and R&B artists and stuff now is it's like they mumble rap. They don't even you can't understand anything that's coming out of their mouth. You can't understand anything. And that's supposed to be catchy because of the beat and the music and stuff that's going on, and everything's about shooting somebody or screwing somebody or doing something to some girl. It's just so stupid. I used to listen to even the old Eminem stuff. That song "Lose Yourself." You could understand what he was saying even as fast as he was rapping. It was lose yourself in the music, the moment. You never want to let it go. You only get one shot. You only get one chance. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Lose it. So I could understand what he was saying back then, even though he was rapping fast. I could understand the words that were coming out of his mouth. Today, this little you get people to come along with the names of Lil Twit and Lil Pearl and Lil Skeeter and stuff like that, and it's like, what the heck are these guys having? This doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense. I don't understand anything. They're not even saying words. And whenever they put their verses together and their rhymes and stuff like that, back in the day, it used to mean something. They would actually put some emotion and stuff into it, or some thought into it. Now it's like they just look around a room and say they'll look at an object and they'll state something like the sink faucet sitting still while the blue sponge is sitting, and they'll just try to like push it all together that it sounds like hibbity bobbity bibbity boo. Boo, and they got a beat going on in the background, so it sounds like something you want to start dancing to. But then you think to yourself, "What the hell are they saying?" You can't even understand nothing they're saying. I don't know. Snoop Dogg just called him out. Actually, Snoop Dogg was just on an interview with like one of them big radio stations from out in like L.A. or something like that, and he actually called him out. And he was like, "Man, I tried to hang out with these cats before, and go to their little parties and stuff like that, but I just told them like, look, I don't want nothing to do with y'all because like this is not even rap. This is not even music. Like we used to have to fight for good quality rap back in the day, and we would push each other to the extent of making your content better and better. So I would dog somebody on my diss track, and next thing you know, they would have a CD that would come out and it would be 10 times better. And the quality would keep getting better, and we would push each other to get better and better and better and put out better content. But now it's like, it's not about better content anymore. It's about better beats and better like catchy phrases and stuff like that. So I love Prince. Purple rain, purple rain. I love Prince. I love all that stuff back then. Probably one of my more favorite hip hop bands from back then would have been like Blackstreet. Blackstreet was cool with me. I liked Blackstreet, and now for a rapper, I kind of like Ice Cube. Ice Cube was like he was part of at the forefront of rapping. So um, I don't know. I really like him. What do y'all think about this American Idol deal? You like the fact that this guy, what's his name, Lane one? I was rooting for him from the beginning. I had him picked from the very get go, from the auditions. I had him picked to win the whole entire thing. I just thought as an entertainer, he had what it took to keep people entertained no matter what the genre was. I don't necessarily know that he was the best, but I think that overall, entertaining wise and actually selling a crowd and singing music, he was by far the best out of the group that was there. A lot of, I like Bob Marley. Bob Marley was good. I like he's just kind of like chill songs. Um, but Lane, I had him picked from the very get go. I didn't. I didn't think anybody else would win. I didn't like that girl that was there at the end. I think her voice was way too girly for me. I would have never voted for her. Anyway, yeah, Lane. I think what was his name, Lane Hardy or something like that. Chicken catcher. I don't know nothing about no chicken catcher. How about the chicken catcher? I don't. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Maybe I'm missing something here. Um, what was the other thing? Music wise, I would probably say. I would probably say music wise, my favorite singer of all time would have been either Frank Sinatra or George Strait. Probably one of them of all time would have been Frank Sinatra for his space, and for country music would have probably been George Strait or Garth Brooks, because that's just what I was exposed to. For rap, I can't pick. I don't know rap, hip hop. I don't know it like everybody else does. Just never been interested in that. And if I had to pick metal, my favorite singer for metal would have been. I really love Metallica. Metallica would have been my metal thing. Oh, Kevin Skinner. Kevin Skinner, yeah. I mean, Kevin Skinner was good, but uh, Kevin Skinner was good, but I don't think he had what it took to sell a crowd. I don't think he had what it took probably to entertain like every single day, different genre, concerts, stuff like that, different types of country music. I think he was good, definitely, but I don't think he was good enough to keep a crowd entertained. And I think he was too country boy. Um, but today, my newest favorites today has got to be Luke Combs, Chris Stapleton. Then we don't really have too much rock stuff going on. I could say over the last probably 10, 15 years would have been something like Seether or um, The Fray. Um, they might be considered alternative rock instead of just regular rock. So I know my mother likes Lady Gaga. She loves Lady Gaga. I got her a CD with an old classic country singer and Lady Gaga singing together, and she loves it. Uh, yeah, Tennessee whiskey. Joe Cocker's good, and just not a huge. I'm not. I don't really get into a lot of the music like that consistently, like I should. So right now, my kick is Elton John. I mean, Elton John is my kick right now, and I feel like with Elton John's music, I'm probably more like Queen and Elton John get me the most excited energy wise. when I listen to Queen and Elton John, I feel like I'm almost revived. And that's kind of like been my kick lately, is those two. I'm thinking that if I keep listening to them without a break, they may end up being my favorite singers because I find the most value in their music for some reason. Queen and Elton John have by far surpassed like my empty space for or filled my empty space for singing or music lately. I've been listening to a lot of Queen and Elton John stuff. So and I really really enjoy them. Um, that new that new Rocket Man movie came out too. So y'all should go check that out. I had a few extra dollars. I did go check that out last night, and it was just amazing. It was a great great movie. The Queen movie and the Rocket Man movie, or the Queen movie. I forget what the name of it was. It was an amazing movie. The Rocket Man movie about Elton John was amazing. So if you guys haven't checked out Rocket Man, go check it out. I mean, it was good. You get to learn a little bit more about Elton John. He gets to tell a story and stuff through a character or an actor portraying him. But that was an amazing story. I didn't know some of the stuff that was even involved in his life until I watched the movie last night. I mean, um, it was pretty exciting how he could just take your music. You could write a song for him, and he could look at that song and just go over the words, and he would have music wrote in just a matter of hours to the words you wrote. I mean, it could be completely your own melody and everything going on in your head as you're writing, and then give it to him, and he could write the music and sing it and make it 10 times better than what you even heard in your head. So um, that was what he had a knack for. He didn't have a knack for writing music. He had a knack for creating pianist music to what people wrote, which was one specific guy, and just making it a hit. And that was what yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocket Man are the two movies that really stand out to me lately. And I've been listening to a lot of their music just because it really means a lot to me in general to know that somebody struggled and went through the things that Elton John did struggle and go through, and then be able to recover from that and live a successful life and not let society tear him apart, even as a gay man, and still raised his kids. Now, I'm not saying that I agree with all that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I admire him for being able to overcome adversity and continue on in life and still change his life and turn away from the drugs and alcohol and everything else and continue to live a successful life. I admire that. Okay, we are 50 minutes in almost, and there's not very many people that are going to make it to this point. They're going to tune out as soon as they see me stuffing my fat face with steak and eggs and then letting my dog lick my face, because people are like that. So let's end the video, and I will be back here tomorrow with another day 2 of 14 mukbang, and we shall continue this conversation again. But it won't be until late tomorrow because I work from 8 to 5 o'clock. So I will probably be home about 6, and the video will partake about 6:30 Central Time. So you can look forward to that tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great day. It's really nice outside, so I'm going to go walk her, and just going to go take it easy. Get her out a little bit and let her stretch her legs, walk some. Okay, guys, take care.